Hi everybody,
Hi,
I'm Brian,
and I'm Lucy.
and we're with
Whoa,
Nellie
Nellie,
RV
RV
Adventures.
And in this video, we are going to talk to you about apps, specifically apps that can go on an Android phone. What sparked this video is I was watching a video on YouTube that was promoting apps for traveling. And I took an interest and went, oh wow, that sounds really cool. So I looked at the app, I brought up my phone, we have an Android phone, and I went into Play Store and I clicked on the app, and the app wanted permissions to be able to control my phone calls. And that really frustrated me, and it started a conversation between Brian and I about apps.
Yeah, about being safe and secure with your personal data. Well, I just want to, put out the information that when you're putting an app on your phone, you want to understand what the permissions ask for, and if they are wanting too many things from you that don't apply, that aren't relevant to what the performance of the app, then you might think twice about putting it on your phone.
Yeah, and I was really frustrated because it was like, why does this particular app, that is a travel app, informing you of what you could find down the road, why it wanted the permission to be able to control my phone calls. And it got me to thinking, this isn't the first time that I've been frustrated
Right.
with looking up an app and wanting to check out the app, and it asking for permissions that had no relationship whatsoever to the app.
And when you read about all of these programs that have let your personal data out there on the internet, you've got to be smart, you've got to be cautious about what you allow into your phone, because if it's in your phone, it's in your home, and it goes where you go. So you just want to make sure that anything you do is safety first. You want to be confident that your personal data isn't going to show up somewhere else.
And it's not just your personal data that can be an issue, because what if they want information of
Like your contacts.
And then your friends and family are at risk also? Could it cause identity theft? These are things that you need to really make sure you check for before accepting an app on your phone. That's my whole issue, is an app wanting permissions that are not relevant at all to what the app is telling you it would do.
Yeah, well, I mean, why and why? You always want to know why. I imagine you could contact if there's a support page, contact them and ask them why. But still, I mean, it's your information. Why would a company want your personal information? I mean, other than the fact that if it has something to do with your personal information, if it's some sort of security program or protocol, then maybe you can understand that. But if it's a simple program that performs a specific duty, let's say you wanted to put a new calculator program on your phone, because you don't particularly like the one that's on there already. You want something that is a little bit more advanced. And then all of a sudden it's asking you if it can control your phone calls, if it can have access to your pictures. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Completely unrelated.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. The program is, if it's designed to do a specific task, and then it wants to have access to stuff that's not part of the task, it doesn't make any sense at all.
I agree. In fact, that's what started this whole thing.
Now, this is just an FYI to everybody. Just be real careful when and if you install anything new, anything new on your phone or computer, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's responsible. Nobody ever reads the terms of agreement, and you come to find out that you're giving away a lot of information or a lot of things that if you didn't look before, I mean, that's a whole buyer beware. Beware.
And that's what we want to bring to the table here to you, is we want you to be aware. Check first. Is what the permissions that the app is asking for worth what you want to use the app for? And take into consideration, is it going to give out information that is in your contacts that are your friends and family? Maybe they don't want that information put out there.
Right.
And it's not like we have anything to hide. It's a principle. The fact that the company is doing this and not really informing you and letting you know until you've installed the app and then you're having issues.
Right. And this is just our opinion. We're not experts in the field by any stretch. But it's always good to have, a little bit of prevention. Don't get yourself in a situation where now all of a sudden your phone, the battery's draining, it's connecting to Wi-Fi all the time, it's giving out your personal information.
To maybe even third parties.
And yeah, be careful if it wants to turn on your camera or your
Audio.
microphone.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want it to be giving out, chats that you're having you think that are in privacy. And it's more about, it's not that you have anything to hide, but you have everything to protect. And just, be smart. How do I handle an app I'm interested in? Well, I normally don't install apps on my phone. I make phone calls and I do text.
Yeah, you don't do much with your phone.
I don't do much with my phone.
Now, see, I have a few apps on my phone, and many apps I do not have that I was interested in because I didn't think that the permissions were relevant to what I wanted to use it
Right.
for.
And what's the last app you put on your phone?
It was Park Advisor, actually.
Not Cracker Barrel?
Oh, no, it was. Okay, so Cracker Barrel, well, we weren't going to talk about any specific apps, but I will put out that when I checked out the Cracker Barrel app, the only thing it wanted was
location. And then it gave you an option to give your credit card number if you wanted to pre-order food.
But I was able to skip that.
Right.
And
You
not
had the
give
option.
that information.
You had you could opt out if you so desired, which is the way it should be. You should be able to opt out of permissions.
Yes, exactly.
I agree.
And so I downloaded the Cracker Barrel app because that's all it asked for. And if I'm on the road, I may want to know where the next Cracker Barrel is, and they might want to know where I'm at so that they can tell me where the next Cracker Barrel is.
And if you've been watching recent videos and message boards, you know that Cracker Barrel is very RV friendly. Mm-hmm. They like RVers, and because of that, doing business with them is a good thing.
So what I would like to know is, how do you feel about apps, and what do you do with the possible permissions? Do you check for what the permissions are that the app is asking for? And what kind of apps do you like to use that don't require permissions that are not related?
And if you're out there and you have an RV YouTube channel or website, and you're recommending apps, it might be a good thing to remind your subscribers and your viewers to check the permissions and make sure they're not going and giving away stuff that they don't, or giving away access to the phone that they don't want to give away. I was doing research on this subject today, and I ran across an YouTube video that's put out by AVG Antivirus that talks about 5 permissions that you need to look at before you install an app. And we'll put a link in the description so you can go and watch that video too. Communication is the key. Getting the information out there, and we're not trying to instill any kind of fear or anything. We just want everybody to be aware. And,
be safe,
yeah.
And choose your apps wisely.
Yeah, yeah. You want to be prepared. You want to understand that there are dangers, and you should be aware of them. There's a lot of unknown dangers that you're going to run into that you can't control.
When you're out on the road.
Yeah, when you're out on the road or when you're out on the web, you know, anything that you can maintain some sort of security with is always a good idea. It's always a good idea to be safe. Yeah, thanks for coming by, and please give us any feedback on what you think about the topic we just discussed.
We would like to hear from you and how you handle apps on your phone.
And remember, this is just our opinion, and no animals were hurt during the filming of this video.
Yeah, because we like animals.
We like animals.
Hats off to you.
Bye now.